Good evening, guys and girls. Long time no see. Just a quick video, just to show off the new Asterian faction starter for Deadzone by Mantic Games. So this is the box. As you can see, it's pretty much a painted picture of everything you get in the box. I'll go through them all in a bit. There you go. You can see the cards, two drones. Three of the ciphers, which are their trooper models with rifles. 3 ciphers with charge gloves, which are also they're their close combat troopers. The Asterian overseer, which is the actual only living model on the that goes to the battlefield. More on that in a bit. Cipher with a fission beamer. Black Talon, which give you a clue, he's the black one there. 2 weapon drones with multiple weapon options. That's something cool I'll show in a second. Your bases, 2 flying bases, and a 54 card faction deck, which I shall give you a review of as well, hopefully. 2 Mantic points, no funny quote sadly, and then obviously just a bit of spiel about who the Asterians are and what you get, really. So that's the box, the boring part. Okay, we'll go for the models first. In fact, no, we'll go for the cards because I'll show you the models as we talk through. Okay, so I'll go through the specialists first. I'm not going to go too in depth because I will do a separate video for the specialists. You've got the Sky Razor there, which is a hover bike, for want of a better words. Quite fast. Not really much else to say at that for the moment. I'll do that in the next video, hopefully. Cipher with a force rifle. Apologies if it's a bit blurry, guys. A Cipher with a missile launcher. A Cipher Prime. Bit of a sort of badass close combat guy. And now we get on to the starter set cards, and I'll do a bit more of a detailed overview. So the Asterian Overseer. So 5s across the board, across the fighting and the shoot stats. Sorry, 6 survival, 2 armor. So he's he's as tough as your enforcers. I mean, that's the key thing that's sticking out. It's a bit blurry, but command stat 4/3. He's a leader model. He's the only leader model in this faction. 25 points though. He's pricey. So Overwatch, any action, abilities, discipline, and strategist. So it's not only just the enforcers that can now raise and lower their aggression. This guy can as well. Charge glove, so he's got a knockback ability, range F, a energy pulse, which is a range 1 knockback, so, and a staff of command with a range F AP2. So that's probably, if if he's churning through. Other than that, he's probably going to want to knock people back and just get out of the way. Really, energy shield of 3. That's quite nice as well. For 25 points, you really want to be keeping this guy safe and secure. I'll put my spin in a minute of what I think you should be doing with this. Next up, in fact, the model for him is just there. It's painted black, sadly, because I've been impatient. Staff's a bit bent, but you have my word that boiling water does work, and it doesn't melt the model, nor does it affect the paint on it. There you go, he's quite a dynamic pose, yeah, really, for Mantic. They're really pushing away with that. Next up, we have the Cipher with a no rifle, or no rifle, I'm not sure how it's pronounced, because he does have a rifle, he doesn't have no, so sorry about the black again. But yeah, got quite a, well, I was going to say quite a good silhouette, but that's all you can see, sadly. Quite good lines on him. Yeah, other than that, can't much say much. So, 3 shooting, I mean, that's something else for a start off. 5 combat, not bad. 5 survival, 2 armor again. Command of 1/1. Trooper, 11 points, so yeah, still on the pricey side, I suppose. Overwatch shoot. Construct, which means its ability, it starts off, it's always alert, it can never change that. Also, blaze away, sadly, mean it's a It acts as if it was pinned and would take damage. However, with the armour of 2, they're going to have to put some armour piercing on that and treble you. Vulnerable, not too great, especially in a fight. That means you do not have an injured state. You are alive or you are dead. Simple. Toxic smokescreen. This will work exactly like a smoke grenade will. However, if it's in the same square as, well, anything in that square will be vulnerable unless you're immune to toxic. Notice these guys are not immune to toxic. However, because they're already vulnerable, it doesn't matter. The idea is to put the vulnerable on your opponent. And then no rifle, range 5, so good distance, AP1. I mean, that's important to know. Very few rifles are AP1, so now you can start getting these blazeaways with, you know, armor piercing, so you're not just stuck trebling them with no real effect. So that's quite powerful, really, but for 11 points, should be really. Okay, next trooper you have, because you've only got 2 troopers, I believe, yep, in this faction, is the Cypher with the charge gloves. I mean, these are dynamic poses. I'm really annoyed that they're sprayed black now, because we've almost got some sort of Iron Man poses going on. I mean, this guy's all about the jazz hands, but in a good way. I've hold up against the radiator, that's probably not bad. So yep, no rifles. You can see they are all about their charge gloves. 3 for shooting. So I mean, it does have a shooting weapon. 5 for combat. 5 for survive. 2, 1, 1 again. 14 points, a bit more pricey. You ask why? I'll show you in a second. So it's got shoot as its Overwatch. So it is still repelling people with this this energy gauntlet, this charge glove. Construct vulnerable and smokescreen, exactly the same as the one. Toxic smokescreen, sorry. Charge gloves, knockback, range F. So it's fighting, it's knocking you back. Energy pulse, range 1, knockback. And the extra 3 points, you may ask, has been spent on an energy shield 2, which is quite good considering it's already got 2 armor. Next up, we have the... Hold against the radiator, you see. It is the Cypher with a fission beam. It's the heavy weapon choice you get in the starter booster. Free shooting again, so you're going to win these shoots. 5 up, 2, 1, 1. Specialist, 15 points, so not bad considering your troopers. Overwatch shoot again, no surprise. Construct vulnerable toxic smokescreen again, so it's really laying down these smoke screens. This is where it gets interesting. Fission beam is the weapon, range 10. So now all of a sudden these 2 to 4 map games, you're still shooting across the board. AP5, this will rip vehicles apart. This will rip peacekeep. This will just destroy anything it touches if it gets through. Deliberate, single shot. So it cannot blaze away, but it takes its shots to the long action. But not bad. It burns. That's pretty cool as well. So if you don't succeed, the other guy's on fire, and he will take damage from that fire more than likely. So that's that model. Next up, we have the only ones that aren't being sprayed. These are the drone platforms, which are pretty cool in themselves. I'll bring the first card up. Is a drone with a shield generator. So the model for the shield generator is that, and these are all... stick them on top. So obviously no fight, no shoot, because it's a shield generator. 6 up survive, 1 armor. 15 points, specialist, okay. Overwatch is the move, couldn't do anything else really. Still got that construct sadly, so this will probably take a bit more damage because of the lack of armor. Shield generator 4. The interesting bit is it's not an energy shield. So this shield generator shields the entire cube as if each model had an energy shield as such. And an energy shield and a shield generator do stack. So you'd have a shield generator, you fail that, then you go on to your energy shield. The next one is a drone with a plasma vortex. That is this little gun platform. 5 up shoot, so they're not as good at shooting as your Cyphers. 6 up survive, 1 armor. Specialist at 13 points, so not too bad for what you're going to see in a second. Shooters and Overwatch, construct sentry, that's where it gets important, so that's an extra 2 dice to your Overwatch. Plasma vortex, range 4, AP1, deliberate, single shot, so it has to expend its shooting becomes a long action. It cannot blaze away. Frag, now all of a sudden it's getting a bit dangerous, and it burns, so it could potentially burn 9 squares. And the adjacent squares to where the blast lands, more than likely they're going to survive it, which means they're probably going to be on fire. So, not too great for them. The last drone model, pop that one off, is possibly one of the scariest. Opinions are going to be out on that, I'd say. Certainly a battle between the two. This probably need a bit of magneting because it's quite top heavy. Is the drone with a fission beam. So we've seen how bad the fission rifle was. Same stats as the previous drone. Specialist, 14 points. Construct sentry again. Fission beam, range 10. AP 5. Deliberate, single shot. It burns. So yes, the trooper can, the Cypher can do it better, but this one's sentry, so you just overwatch. If you keep trebling that overwatch, this all of a sudden becomes a scary prospect. And okay, the last of the starter models is the Black Talon. Bring that model forward. You'll notice it has a sculpted base. It has a sculpted base on the model as well, which is quite nice. Nice touch. Same stats. Black Talon, 14 points. It's a rare, which doesn't mean too much for us now. It has a command stat greater than 1/1, which is a nice change. So you could use this as your leader model, essentially. Obviously, it's not got the leader characteristic, but if you wanted those extra movements. Move or shoot. Construct, glide, vulnerable, and scout. So it doesn't have the toxic smoke screen, but the scout gives it a bit more forward going. Glide, all of a sudden you can be get up to a high perch, and you've got quite a good range on the battlefield. It does have the no rifle, range 5, AP 1. Energy shield 2, which is it's as good as your combat, your close combat troop. Same points as well. But this has a jump pack as well, so it's not just the enforcers now with their jump packs. This guy's not only got a jump pack, he's got glide, so he's got quite a far reach across the battlefield. And he's kind of your hit and run guy, I reckon. So that's all the models. The rest of the deck right here. If we go for the missions first, I just love the name of the missions as well. Cut off the head, VPs for killing everything. So you've got 7 to 10 points, 11 points, kill commander, kill leader. With a nice bit of explanation now of the full ins and outs of the cards. Sacred Site X, this is control and capture mission with a bit of killing as well. Sacred Site Y, obviously on each of the objectives X, Y, and Z. The only way, this is your kill mission. So, depending on how many points the opponent, what your kill is, that's what you get. Eliminate, so you've got more killing, specialists, and a kill leader. Not quite sure what the greyed out missions are yet. I know the red ones are primary missions for when you're doing campaigns, but hopefully the grey ones shall be explained at some point. Strike and fade, so you're really trying to target the big hitters, or infiltrate. Get off the other side of the board, and withdraw, so you're not really getting the points for killing, you're getting more points just for legging it off your opponent's side of the battlefield. Cards are standard, nice little yellow colour, a bit of a, without going through each of the individual cards, I mean, anyone that's playing Deadzone, if you get a choice of either one to play at the time with reactions to actions and things like that. I think the way to play this, if you've either got the sort of autonomous ciphers, because that's what they are, sorry, they are constructs built to protect. The Asterians don't do war. They learnt a long way that that kills people, which is pretty true, let's be honest. So they send an overseer down who is kind of making sure he's there as the on the ground tactician. So he's the only one with a command stat. So I think the two ways you could play this, because they are quite pricey at 70 points. For instance, 1, 2, 3, believe it or not, them 5. So two troopers with no rifles, 2 troopers with charge gloves, and an overseer is 70 points on the dot. You're not getting a big force. Like I said, I think the way you either play this is either very, your cheaper trooper models, preferably with guns. I'm kind of thinking. Load up with them and just take it in, just take the slow approach. You're only moving 2 models a turn. Should maybe chuck the black Talon in as to give you the free movement to turn. Or I think the sneaky little trick you can do is go for the overseer. Yes, you're getting 7 command points, but not 7 models. However, when you start doing those command actions, you're pretty with 7 dice to roll. I'd say it's going to be pretty easy to treble it. All of a sudden, you can start taking these cards out of your discard pile, your shoot cards, your weak spot cards. So you really pinpointing it. I think glass cannon is going to be the way I describe the Asterians. If you get the right cards, because there's quite a lot of surge cards in that deck as well, you can certainly break forces. However, just the model count could be your breaking as well. So that's it I've got for this video. Hopefully next time I should bring you the Specialists pack, because it's just a faction starter. There's 4 Asterian packs: the faction starter, the Specialist booster, a troop booster, and a drone booster. No big models for these guys, which kind of makes sense. They're a nice small faction, just intervening as and when they need. So like a surgical scalpel. There we go. Yes, I'll bring you that next time, and in a couple of weeks maybe I should be able to bring you some other aliens. I won't go too into it, but the clue is they're also from Mantic, and they do come from Mars. So happy hobby. Until next time.